Hello. Hope tonight finds everyone well. Yes, indeed, many cute, fluffy things are in store for tonight. We are doing things. Thank you for the ban up to. Just working on getting a couple more things out of the way. Yeah, yeah. For those unaware, I don't think I mentioned it on. I don't think I mentioned it on what you call it on the last stream. But I am taking required medicine whose side effects boil down to feeling like I have the flu but without quite as much congestion. It is not fun. Yeah, I'm not having fun. I can kind of force my way through it to a degree sometimes, but it can be a bit much to hold it together. So we'll see how I do. That is the wrong one. There we go. So we're doing our last witch. Up to once. I mean, I want to be genetically modified. Adorable would be nice too. Anyways, um, we're doing the last of the hexbound stuff that I'm going to talk about. There's a ton more in this book. There really is. I cannot stress that enough. I'm only doing these couple because I want to squee about the book, but I don't want to reveal everything because I want people to still go buy the book. So I've basically decided we're doing 4 subclasses and the one spell that I've in particular, and that's gonna be it. That's my cutoff. I want to keep talking about things. It was a toss up between this the cleric for being the next things I talked about. Zai becomes fluffier and never leaves home again. 24/7 petting. Exactly. So yeah. We are. It was between this and the cleric for what would be the next. We are doing the druid because the druid. Both of these are also super duper witchy things. Druid is a little bit more stereotypical. Technically, the cleric is also super stereotypical, but you're gonna have to read the cleric on your own. Go buy the book. So this may need an editor. Just notice that. Oops. So you gain Vile Visage, Toil and Trouble, the absolute nightmare that it is. Bestow Curse, Haste, Polymorph, Enhanced Talent, Hold Monster, and Unrecall, which makes sense as the Potions Master of the whole thing. At level 2, you gain the ability to have a Collapsible Cauldron. When you choose this circle at 2nd level, you gain the ability to take a cauldron with you wherever you go by reducing it to the size of a thimble. As an action, you can collapse or expand your cauldron from its thimble size to its full size or vice versa. It takes a minute for the cauldron to complete the collapsing or expanding process. The cauldron's weight when collapsed in its thimble form is negligible, and its expanded form weighs 70 pounds. You can make any cauldron worth at least 20 gold pieces, become a collapsible cauldron by concentrating on it for 1 hour. Once a new cauldron becomes collapsible, the old one loses its collapsible property and reverts to its full size if it was in thimble form. There are some interesting cauldron items in the game already. They see very little use because they don't do well with mobility. So the collapsible cauldron ability does a really good job of actually giving DMs a reason to put this in the game. So that it's not just a one-off cauldron that the players might not even look at in an encounter. Plus, imagine doing this to the black cauldron. You also gain the Brew of Wild Shape, and I love this power. This is a fantastic power. When you choose the circle at 2nd level, you call upon the gifts of the spirits to bottle your Wild Shape ability into a Brew of Wild Shape. That's right, folks. Making a Brew of Wild Shape in your collapsible cauldron takes 10 minutes and spends 1 use of your Wild Shape ability. As an action, you or any willing creature can consume the Brew of Wild Shape. The creature that has consumed the Brew of Wild Shape immediately uses the Wild Shape ability as if they were a druid and chooses their beast form. They are limited by the same rules and enjoy the same advantages as a druid assuming the form of a beast. If the creature consuming the Brew of Wild Shape is not a druid, they can only maintain their beast form for half the time you would be able to maintain it. When this time is over, they make a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC or are stunned for 1 round. If a creature consumes your Brew of Wild Shape unknowingly or unwillingly, the Brew of Wild Shape has no effect. I am a little sad about that control, but I kind of understand where it's going because, yes, this is a level 2 polymorph. When a Brew of Wild Shape is made, you can't regain that use of Wild Shape until the brew is ingested, destroyed, or until you take a long rest. At the end of a long rest, you regain all your uses of the Wild Shape ability, including those used to make brews of Wild Shape, and any brews of Wild Shape you had prepared but had not been consumed lose their magical effect. I just thought of something. And it's still very much level 2 polymorph, but I want to check something. Spellcasting, druidic, wild shape. You regain 1 expended use when you finish a long rest. I was right. I mean, when you finish a short rest. So, you can short rest to get more wild shapes and not eliminate your brews of wild shape. And as the potions master, you can effectively decide to go with a couple days for exhaustion. You can build a fairly large supply of wild shape. That gets interesting. Actually, you're right, the brew does lock out the wild shape. He thought of that. Curse the hat. Curses, the hat thought of everything. Alright, well, it was a thought. Clearly he thought ahead of me, but it was a thought. And let me see. I just had Valora working. And now it's not again, so... Okay. It now seems to be working again. He didn't think about using the cauldron as a juicer? True. He didn't think of everything. And we do like our loopholes here. Speaking of, not related to this, though can be related to this, going back to the Rangers and giving them abilities, I realized Sharpshooter negates disadvantage at long range. It does not specify further. So for using an oversized weapon, if you have the Sharpshooter feat and are shooting at long range, you're fine. And of course, everyone has access to flying at level 1 now thanks to the Find Familiar spell and similar abilities, so the Ranger is fine. Anyways, on to the main event, or not main event, well, yeah, part of the main event. The point of this part of the stream. 3rd level, Magical Brew. Starting at 3rd level, when you acquire your first 2 circle spells, you can infuse a brew with any of your circle spells. Excuse me. So for 3rd level, it is going to be Vile Visage and Toil and Trouble. Making a magical brew takes 10 minutes and uses a spell slot 1 level lower than the spell slot level of the spell, with a minimum of 1. For instance, making a brew of Vile Visage uses a level 1 spell slot instead of the level 2 spell slot it takes to cast Vile Visage. You cannot make a potion of a spell at a higher level than the base spell, and you cannot cast the spell as a ritual to make a magical brew. That's fair. Only spells from the Circle of Brew spell list can be used to make magical brews. If a spell has a material component, it must still be used even when brewing a magical brew. Those are all fair cops to the ability. But still, magical brews, magic still takes effect even if the creature that consumed it did so unwillingly or unknowingly. It better, given the 2 options that we have. If a creature that has consumed magical brew needs to make a saving throw to avoid the effect of the brew, like with Toil and Trouble, Polymorph, or Hold Monster, they do so with disadvantage, because, it's now inside them. Once you finish a long rest, you regain all spell slots, including those used while making magical brews, and any magical brews you had prepared but had not been consumed lose their magical effect. You can have a number of magical brews equal to your Wisdom modifier active at a time. Brews of wild shape do not count towards the total number of magical brews you can have active at a time. So, sadly, very limited, but I mean, the spells that are here make sense. Vile Visage is just flat out turn you into the stereotypical ugly monster form. Toil and Trouble, we have discussed. Bestow Curse is a curse. Haste is a haste. Polymorph is polymorph. Enhanced talent is enhanced talent. Hold Monster is hold monster. Unrecall, the short version is that when you give someone, when you use the Unrecall spell, someone forgets who you are. Completely. There's more to it than that, but if you want to know more, you're going to have to get the book, because we're not going down to that. Level 6, Refined Brew of Wild Shape. Starting at 6th level, you have become an expert at crafting your brew of wild shape. Any creature that consumes it, even if they do so unknowingly or unwillingly, is turned into a beast. When an unknowing or unwilling creature consumes your brew of wild shape, you choose the beast form they assume from the array of forms you yourself can assume. Additionally, creatures that consume your brew of wild shape no longer need to make a Constitution saving throw against your spell save DC once the wild shape ability ends. So that's just a buff to that, not anything big. 10th level, Expert Ritualist. When you reach 10th level, you have become an expert at ritual casting. When you cast a spell as a ritual, the time and cost of any material components is reduced by half, rounding down. Rituals automatically add 10 minutes to the casting time, so you're now doing it at 5 minutes. There are some things that you can do that are really, really expensive. So the discount, even if it's only on rituals, is important. 14th level, Master Brewer. Once you reach 14th level, brewing holds no more secrets for you. When you prepare your spells after a long rest, choose one spell from the Druid spell list that can only affect one creature. You can make magic brews of that spell so long as you have it prepared, even if it's not on your circle spell list. You can change the spell you make magical brews with at the end of a long rest. So at level 14, it's just pick a spell. You can now do it to people via your brew. Now, it does not say this is a downcast. So I would assume this is not downcast, only these are downcast. But the Wild Shape, Haste, and Polymorph are so freaking option. Option? Awesome. They're such a freaking awesome option. Advanced Wild Shape Brews. Can I pour it into the city reservoir? That's the thing. There are questions about that and what happens when potions are diluted. That could get interesting. That could get really interesting. I would personally think that there is an entire plot line to be had here. That would be my personal interpretation. So, entire city Sphinx kitties. Oh, of course. Rippy likes the Sphinx kitties. I like the Sphinx kitties too, but Rippy actually outranks me there. But yeah, I mean, heck, if you did something, unrecall into the reservoir would also be a thing. Polymorph, enhanced talent, hold monster. I mean, these two are kind of like stereotypical ones, as is bestow curse. Everything else is like, holy crap. Because you like the shield shrews. I do like the shield shrews. From Willawares. The pointy hat did the art for them. So yeah, that is the Witch Druid. Which, I mean, the alchemists hate this. Alchemists absolutely hate this subclass. Because this is the potions master. Even though, theoretically, alchemist artificers are supposed to be the potions masters. So, I think this is yet another absolutely fantastic addition to D&D, as I think this whole book is. Haste potion in the reservoir, entire city works overtime for 8 hours. Oh. Wait a minute. But these don't change the time for the potions. But they'd keep drinking the water. Right. I was thinking haste doesn't last for that long. But they'd keep getting dosed with it until it runs out. Yeah. Okay. Things just got way more interesting. And again, if you want to extend the effects, you just don't go to sleep, because they last till the long rest. Oh no, Rippy has come up with an evil broken idea. And the thing is, there's definitely some ways around this. I mean, I don't think exhaustion is even automatic if you skip a nap. Exhaustion automatic if you don't. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Wizards, what are you doing? In the original 5th edition book, there's no official penalty for not sleeping, not taking a long rest. Xanathar's guide added the rule that it's a DC 10 plus number of long rests skipped per day, or number of days in which you didn't go a long rest, Constitution saving throw, or you take a point of exhaustion. "2024 does not mention exhaustion for not sleeping. Oh no! Watsy! Why? Oh, that actually explains how artificers are written some. A little bit. But that's a problem. So anyone who gets who gets resources back on a short rest can just chain short rests. Everyone has some long rest limited abilities, but it definitely means skipping sleep is back on the menu. And it definitely means that the much trying to think of how the best way to put it. I'm gonna say quote unquote disgust. Coffee lock is back on the menu. Now, DM Fiat is a thing. I imagine there's a lot of DMs that are still going to port Xanathar's guide over from 5e to 2024, because that's reasonable. But there are some people that are like, nope, new rules are new rules. We will not do anything else. And who are definitely going to say, well, it doesn't say there's any penalty for long rest besides not getting your long rest recharge. So you don't need the long rest if you don't want a long rest. Which means Coffee Locks, which is a warlock with a sorcerer, now have the ability to generate infinite spell slots once again. I am going to say that technically the Coffee Lock is not... Oh no, but they did nerf the Coffee Lock. I forgot, they did nerf the Coffee Lock. Because sorcerers are now capped by what level they can create. In 5e, if you have the spell points, you can make the spell level even if you don't actually have access to the spell level. In 2024, you can only make levels at up to a certain point, and you gain and it gets higher as you go up. So it is somewhat nerfed, but it is still infinite. You can still create infinite spell slots. Now, I'm not saying that you should allow Coffee Locks, but I am saying it's not as powerful as you think, because those spell slots are only good if you end up using them, which means you will eventually run back out of spell slots. But that doesn't change the fact that it is absolutely and completely broken. But this does mean that you can just... Because here's the thing. The way I would interpret this for the druid is that these are potions ready to be drunk. If you make a pile of the potions, pour them into the reservoir, you can now make more potions and then pour them into the reservoir. Rinse and repeat until you're out of spell slots. Now, I do not think druids get any spell slots back on a short rest. I believe they are a long rest class. Yep, they are a long rest only class. So again, wild shape comes back in a short rest, so there's different. You gotta check. But yeah, a potions druid could get up to things. A potions druid could get up to things. We are loopholing in real time now. But that is all I had to say, and more. That is all I had to say, and more than I intended to say. Let us get to the game itself. The games themselves. We are going to do a single day of Bistro because I want to devote more time to Voidling Bound since it didn't get a lot of time last time. But we are starting with more Bistro because Bistro. Oh my gosh, though, those combos are so broken. Those are some scary options now. I can't believe 2024 did not patch that. They had a fix and everything and just didn't. And understand, I am horrified at this as someone who absolutely 100% wants to work through the night crafting things. I believe missed this critically awful. Yeah, I mean, Pointy Hat is... I mean, I don't know, maybe that is as intended. Pointy Hat, for as much as he complains, Pointy Hat does like his broken stuff too. May appear in game shortly. Indeed! I am DMing right now, however, there's so many things I want to play. Not least of which is my own Witch Wizard. I also have a ton of homebrew I need to test sometime. I may just give up and look at my AI and be like, you will be a test DM. Consume 900 pages of resources. And I run the AI myself, so it doesn't cost me any tokens. Unlike that company that spent $500 million in a month. I can't make anything from you, can I? Oh wait, I can! I can repair the oven! Huzzah! So let's face it, even if you got into multiple games, you still wouldn't be able to test everything out, but true, it would be a while, and I keep coming up with new stuff. Though I am being slowed down by my big book of spells. That's taken a lot of time. Roasted ingredients can be used at mise en place, in recipe bases, and patron meals. So it looks like the 50s, the 100 and the 50s are... Oh no, technically the 25s are the best bang for your buck. Because I get 30 if I buy these two. So let's do a quick cheap option. A lot of stuff out today. I'll take it. Still, if I can set up an auto DM for testing things, it would at least give me an idea of where to start things. Heck, I'm working on implementing agents. Self-hosted agents. So I could theoretically look at it and go like, alright, there are now 4 of you, a DM and 3 players. Here's your rules and your parameters. Test this for me. Test this for me and report back. I really should have done agents earlier, but it was working so well for what I needed it that I just didn't bother. You call it Skynet, but I mean, you're probably not wrong. I did not realize, but my AI server went online on the date. I don't think the year, but on the month, day, and hour, which is kind of scary. That Skynet went online in Terminator. I don't know about year, but definitely in month, day, and hour. Ooh. Hello. Uma. Me. Alright, what do you have? Okay. Nothing I want, but nice to know. It was already up here. Maybe if Daisy immediately cooks it. No! Holy crap, there's so much to gather today. Alright, who wants to talk to me about what? See, you too are one with the tides. Have you ever wondered what's in the school of fish before you toss your bait out there? Of course you have. Let me tell you a secret. I know what's out there. Every day I prepare a daily report on what's in those schools. And since you've proven quite the angler, the first report is on me. If you head back to the pier day or night today, you'll be able to see what you can catch. But for any future report, it'll cost 50 Solaria. May the bite be good and your cast be true. Yeah, now the first taste's free. Oh! I missed things. And I gotta remember, tonight we're not skimping. We're just piling on the food. Capybara! You're giant guinea pigs, I approve. Alright, what do you have? Bunko, you're working far too hard. If only that was enough. The world is ending and I'm still just trying to feed folks. True, but sometimes you just gotta live in a very specific moment. You're gonna talk about clammers again, aren't you? And that's why I love clammers. What are clammers? You haven't told her? Well, it's a game that we all love here in Palapori. Bunko sometimes isn't as excited about it as the rest of us, but, you know, the young ones don't want to enjoy what us old folks like. I'll quit my yammery and just get to showing you how this all works. Bunko, do you have a clamor? Nope. Lucky for you, I have a proper good high tide last night, and a few clammers stayed up here to sunbathe. I'm sure you can find one along the shore. Once you do, come on back. And, Miss Flambe, I'll introduce you to my favorite game. Oh, I guess I did pick up a clamor and I didn't notice. Alright. While I might be the most enthusiastic slammer in town, I am not the best yet. With practice, maybe I'll take the crown at this year's Spring Slam. So, you ready to play cameras? Let's do it. I'd like to hear how to play. I can't believe you forgot. It's okay. It's for Flambe. Both get into our ready positions. And we'll wait for the moment where we see clammers and then we slam. And welcome to the jam. Our clammers will launch themselves into the air, and if they're a good flyer, they'll be ready to flap their way to victory. Help guide their flight by telling them to flap when the moving ring overlaps the outer circle and see if you can fly the highest. But the best way to learn is to play, so let's slam. Beautifully for the win. Just let us know if you'd like a rematch. I don't feel like the clams would survive this. Now look at you out here winning at clamor so quickly. My, you and your clamor are quite the naturals. Incredible performances is a way to commemorate it. How about a tank for your first clamor? You can use it to decorate the restaurant. Everyone loves an aquarium at a restaurant. He's not wrong. Everyone loves staring at fish. I mean, he's not wrong. Aquariums are everywhere for a reason. Ooh, page. No? Okay. Didn't say it was wrong until I was Yeah. As stated, everyone does. I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to the fact that these guys shed their legs. I think that's it for the gatherables. Alright, what do you want? Promise spinach, we get some food set up for all of them. Just need a dedicated lily grower for them. Do you think you could work with Thea to get it made? How about you work with Thea to get it made? Your idea, why don't you do it? You guys work and you're the cook, so okay, I think some of that fell apart. I missed something. Give me that. Alright, where did he say he put up the fishing post? Oh, the gate opened last night? Have things under control? Oh, I do. But, like, yeah, a lot of this is stupid, but you're the only functionally revitalized wizard in the entire country, so it's annoying, but actually within lore. Alright, Flambe, what you right? It's been nearly 300 years since last I spent time in Pelipori. I feared I would not be wanted, but the welcome has been as warm as its weather. I hope I can keep it that way. So look at that, the little town by the sea remains. Stopping by for a quick rest is stacked before resuming my battles in the wilds. Yoshi. Where did he say he was posting the fish stuff? Drapes and Drama will be closed for a few days as I take my annual summer nap break. Be back in a few for all your tailoring needs. Okay, I have questions. Where did he say he was posting the fish thing? Do I have to grab the rod? Is it just when I grab the rod? I'm gonna assume that it's when it's those things from when I grab the rod. But I mean, I didn't have any icons before. I'm gonna continue to save 2 grubs just in case. Ooh, a different grub now. No? Oh. There we go. What is it? Well, I assume... Yeah, we are the sous chef. We are not technically the chef. So I assume that that's Travers. Alright, what did I do? Where did I do the redecorating? Did I just run up to each individual thing? I did. I wish there was a better way to know what I was doing with this. Because I've got one more thing to put up. Hi, kitty. Alright, I give up. That other potted plant lives at... Wait, no, wait. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Okay, so these are also upgrading these. Got ya. Ambience improved, apparently. I mean, I have the ingredients to do all of them again. Drop wood into the flaming pots to cook ingredients to 100%. The perfect temperature cooks fastest. Oh. It drops whether I want it to or not. Okay. Why the tense music? Huzzah! Alright. Now for you. Marshlands are the most diverse flavored plants in all of Solido. Alright. I don't think I have anything I can do about blue. I could do this and then bump up the green. And we needed a lot of blue last time anyway, so we didn't get it. Okay, that really bumps up the green. Hold on, I have other stuff I can use to bump up blue, don't I? Like that. Okay. Okay, that may actually be the best combo we're gonna do. Is that enough cards? That was okay? Excuse you? Huh. Can we get a different adventurer? Appreciate the food has actual appearance, not just a generic one. Agreed! So I have no plans. And I have discussed this with no one. And I literally have just been thinking about it. Fox having a tail kind of, but just a bit, yeah. Tail would be preferable. Anyways. And, well, I mean, I've been thinking about this idea for a long time, but I didn't actually think about ever moving on it or anything. But I figure I might as well. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna ask when I'm not putting someone on the spot. That's what I'm gonna do. Typical chat only talked about the tail. My townspeople say, oh, young cat's lollygagging around town again. I am crying XP so much. Also, I just realized, he's not a fox. I'm pretty sure he's a bobcat. And or lynx. You know, which have the stubby little tails. Yeah, there may be a tail underneath. Yeah, I responded to the lack of tail thing immediately because I too wish for more tails, more fluffiness things. And then it's like after the fact, it's like, oh wait a minute, hold on. Let's process this. Let's process this for a second. Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath soaks up the salt and minerals from the cave walls. Each turn card remains in your hand. It will decrease in value by... Ooh. Interesting. The way the combos work, that's gonna be a bit of a pain, though. Man, it's a good gathering day, isn't it? I don't think I can reach that last one. I don't yeah, I can barely reach this one. I'm not reaching the last one. Not a chance. Ooh. That's a cool looking fish. Yeah, it's a different kind of starfish. It's almost a kilogram. That's it. True. It's nothing but hoopfish, huh? You know what? I'm actually going to use... Nope, stop that. I want to know what else is here. Maybe if I fish up all the hoopfish, I'll get something else. Really? The star shield is mostly calcium and bone. It is removed before cooking. That explains why it's a kilogram. That explains why it's so heavy. Cube fish, best served cube. Boo! Get off the stage! Oh, it's nice and lively tonight. Here we go again. I set out again, my sights set in the deeper region of the marshlands. I'd have to choose a path for what mattered most to me that day. Okay, so I need rocks, but I need a different... I think I need a different... No, I think I might still need regular ore. Alright, this is where things went wrong last time. That did me no good. Darn it! Well, at least this works. I can save this and use this. Another one to bring back. Once again, I kind of want to save my other colors for when I have a bigger problem. But at the same time, it's like... my hand is only so large. Boo! No, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. Hit the wrong button. I meant to go back. Though it's still not doing great, but it's certainly doing better. Great, they're friends. I still like the design of that critter. Then something unexpected happened. Oh, hello. I was hoping to see one of you. Gibberish. Alright, let's try this again. That was worth it. Yeah, that's a large number. Yeah, I think the best I can do is just try to mitigate it. Yay, combos! You know what? This is our last fight, I think, of this mission. I'm just gonna burn one of these light ones to try to... Oh. Never mind. 6 it is. It's the same either way. I'm doing this. Oh, right! This is the growing one! And then it immediately destroyed it. But it's still bigger now! And it doesn't matter. I still screwed up. Darn it! I wasn't paying attention. That guy's tough. Maybe if I lose enough times, I'll get a better adventurer. Ah, right. You can select get us stuff, so get me that, please. Where all these burns come from? Yeah, he walks out. It's like it cuts back and suddenly he's a lot more charred than he was before. And that's our one day of this, because we're going to be moving to Voidland Bound. Voidland? Voidling. Looks like there's going to be things to do. But not right now. Alright, I'm actually going to run a break a little early. And then we will move to Voidling Bound. So I will see you guys shortly. I am back after getting slightly distracted. Sorry about that. Let me just get this stuff back online. Now, I did do some grinding. In order to get ready for this. I mean, I'm a little annoyed. And the reason I'm annoyed is because if we go... Hold on. If we go over here, see that I have my golden egg Canadian Quebec. I have an agile Quebec, which gets 1 point into agility. I have a strong Quebec, which gets 1 point into strength. And then I have several of these that have the little point there that give extra super duper points, including, I believe, 2 of these Glicks that are notably strong, notably tenacious, which means they get 3 points into an extra stat. Glicks, by default, get fire and ice. Darn it. So, after all that, grinding up the fire and ice birds, well, grinding up the fire bird and the ice bird's already pretty maxed. I just have better options. Also, I maxed out the Quebec stat line. So these 3 are going to be our mains for a little bit anyways. I have not started on these 2 though. It does look like they're gonna end up being more powerful. But for now, the birds are crutch characters. And then I'm gonna have to grind up and train others. I also gotten all 3 available healing researches. And I have gotten several rewards. And I have gotten the other 2 stars, which one is doing it very quickly, and one is finally finding the last mutagen, which was an absolute pain, but I found it. So for now, we are moving on to Echoes of Gen Life. Secret Stronghold, Level 4, Corruption Cleansing. The hidden Gen Life facility has finally been uncovered. There remains an ambitious secret project Leon has relentlessly pursued and was discovered. Its archives reportedly hold breakthroughs capable of dramatically enhancing our voidlings, giving us a chance to push back the Legion. However, the complex's 3 wings are overrun with corrupted Genbots and hostile Legion tumors. If left unchecked, the tumors will, in time, pierce through the facility's thick wall. Secure all 3 wings and reclaim Gen Life's knowledge before the enemy consumes it. We need to complete the activity. We need to find 4 mutagens, 2 golden eggs, and for performance, do it in less than 4 minutes, which is not going to happen on the first try. And we get a new critter. And ice is the only one we have at the moment. None of our critters let us do cyber yet. Ah! That wasn't very nice. Ooh. I'll take an elemental rift. Oh, we've already found one of our golden eggs. I wish to gather maximum resources. So we're kind of ignoring the main objectives for the moment. I'd like to get 2 of the 3 stars if I can. So that's going to be a whole thing. Hello. Okay. I think this is the one we do last. Oh, I see an egg. Thank you kindly. Nope, nope. Elemental Rift. Another egg. Okay, the fact that that didn't go away is a little concerning. Okay, can I go inside? I can. Golden eggs are good. We like our golden eggs. No boss fight? Oh, there we go. Or maybe we don't? That wasn't very boss fight like. Well, the boss died very, very quickly. I expected, like, an actual fight. Now, can I go into this facility? The problem is when you beat the boss of an area, you then lose the ability to explore the area. So it's like, you gotta find everything first. So as much as I dawdle when I play games normally, this is like a really good reason to dawdle on completion. Aha! Especially when it means you find stuff like that. And that... So many goodies. We are closing in on the boss fight. Oh, the boss fight's not here. Oh. Alright, did it deploy any other drones that are going to sneak up on me once I jump in there? Well, not that I can find. I've already healed. It looked like there was healing in the bubble that I'll be able to use. All right. Oh, good. You're going to be a lot of fun. Yes. Yeah. Mwahaha. As it turns out, a maxed out Quebec of their weakness is quite powerful. Now, it said there's another type of critter here. So what's here besides the birds? Oh, never mind. And 2 stars, which means the only thing I need to do is speedrun it. I like those numbers. I really like those numbers. Look at those numbers. Alright, well, lab data secure. Alright, now before we go talk to him, eggs. Hatch everything. Ooh. An experiment Gwigoon. Oh, 4 arms. Here we go. Oh, the regular ones also have... Alright, so we've got healthy, strong, with many boosts. Holy crap. 4 boosts. 5 boosts! The exceptionally witty Gwigoon. Holy crap. Why is he bigger? Why is this one bigger than that one? What the heck? Well, I guess experimental, but still, holy crap. Yeah, that's a haul. And we've still got 5 more eggs. That's a little underwhelming after the first spread, but still a lot. Okay, cool. I think we have quite a strong stable now. Alright, I'm not going to talk to Leon. I actually want to go speedrun that real quick. Is Valora offline? I just noticed that. Alright, let me try to fix that real quick. Let me know if that fixes it. Now, in the meantime, what are we gonna do with you? I mean, you are an elemental thing. We might as well just bump up the elemental. Now, as much as I want to gather everything I can, and I will gather some stuff, our primary goal is to get this done quickly. Come on, there we go. Convenient and easily acquired egg. Now I'd still like to get what loot I can. Darn it, I was hoping there'd be an egg in here. But I want to go fast and not have to look in every single nook and cranny. Okay, does this guy look like he's attacking much more aggressively than last time? Well, doesn't matter. I still won. It's live but black screen. Hmm. I had to cough in the middle of the speed run and forgot to unmute. Darn it. I am having a night. You have anything new for me? No. So, what we have are a corrupt cleansing, which will have both. And a genetic pursuit, which just has one. Genetic pursuit is the one that was there. I'm going to swap out to probably fire. And we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if I'm ready to take on 1 week, 1 not just yet. I mean, we might as well play to this one's strengths. Right, this one needs to have its stamina upped badly. I forgot how quickly it burns through its stamina. Let's not let the sploddy ones near us, shall we? Well, that's all my heal charges already. I may be in trouble. Nope, never mind. I got it. Huzzah! Hi, Spartan. There doesn't appear to be anything coming back to life. Is there anything over here? No. Alrighty, let's actually continue the missions. Oh! Meet with Michael before the Solos briefing. Our pilot got a promotion from Leon to oversee an important matter. Yeah, let's not fly into the singularity. Holy smokes. That is quite the scene. Okay, dokie. Oh, please don't tell me that's what I think it is. Oh my gosh, it is gonna be what I think it is. Look at that, Wrangler. Promoted by the galaxy's #1 scientist. Guess that makes me a scientifically certified voidling trainer. In short, make sure these voidlings keep spinning that wheel. Gotta keep them moving. Back when I was a kid, my dumb hamster thought he was spinning for fun. Truth is, little guy was training hard. Same deal here. Go try the wheel. Don't let your voidlings slack off in the vivarium. Send them my way. I'll make them stack that sweet experience. Voidlings can now benefit from the training room to gain experience instead of roaming aimlessly in the vivarium. Training machines have a specified cost and a maximum level a voidling can reach while using them. Let's throw this guy in and see about maximizing him. We have to be able to do better than a hamster wheel. You would think so. Speaking of, I found out something that's definite. Did I already say this on stream? Another thing that's definitely on the category of, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? As it turns out, the giant space hamsters in Dungeons & Dragons exist because gnomes needed things to power their starships. So they made giant hamsters to run in giant wheels. No, I'm not kidding. Whenever you're ready, Wrangler, Solom's first briefing is waiting. I don't know if I should be disappointed or not. Did your Voidlings try the way yet? Burn off that belly fat already? Gym's tight on space right now. Limited stations, limited gains. But if you're cool spending some of those research samples, I can crank out more rigs and beef up the setup. Might even drop my own dumbbells for a bit. Show the kids how it's done. Proper form, proper grind. Take a look, Wrangler. The dream awaits. I may actually hold off on these for the moment. I get where they're going to be really super duper useful. But I would like to throw my research points into upgrades. Upgrades, people! Upgrades! In this case, for these guys. Get extremely high damage, self-destruct explosive minions. Really? Shoot a projectile that damages enemies and stops an impact. Use ability to gain teleport to the projectile's location. Scatter your minions while you avoid incoming damage with an evasive cartwheel that grants invulnerability. Spawn minions that attack nearby enemies with a damage-dealing blast. Minions' health and fire rate scale their... These are minion masters? Unleash a blast that damages nearby enemies on hit, grants a minion charge. These are... The Guigoons are minion masters? I didn't mean to do that, but oh well. Let's do that. Let's get these first abilities at least. Yeah, these guys have a pretty big tree. Holy crap. What are some quick abilities that we can pull out of this? This ultimate ability has the most extras. But I kind of want to have, like, max out my... Let's see. Can I make it to that? I can! For my primary ability. Okay, I guess that's what we're going to aim for. And that's all of our research points. Welcome to Solemn Wrangler, a breathtaking sight but also a dangerous one. This minor planet is far harsher than Vireo. Apparently, Gen Life once operated a secret facility here, but the black hole disrupts our radars, making it impossible to scan the surface. The only way forward is to send your voidlings in and uncover what instruments can't. The planet was corrupted by the Legion long ago. Life still lingers somehow, though we're yet to detect any voidlings. Your task is twofold: uncover traces of Gen Life activity and eradicate the Legion wherever possible. If voidlings remain trapped in this decay, we must save them, and if Solemn hides no Gen Life secrets, it may yet grant us new allies. Good luck out there. Whiteout Recon. This is a level 8 ability? Nope, we're going back. We're gonna go back and at least try out this and see what the... Actually, no, that's a great one for trying out our new one. Is this guy done? Yeah, this guy's done. Now, I don't think I'm going to be able to evolve him. Yeah, because he's golden egg already. And I guess we're going to see what happens. I don't... It doesn't say what this guy's element is. I guess we need to pull out a different voidling in order to figure out what... Because I'm curious what elements these guys are. We're going to take this guy out for the fight. Let's grab the other one. Just to figure out what the heck they evolve into. Okay. Plant, and they are our first plasma element, of which I've gotten 2 random orbs and not enough to go up the tree. Interesting. Again. Never, we're going to take our mutated one out. And see what it has to say about things. So we can bump it up to 2 by default. Well, we're doing the other ability first before we run around the black hole planet. I think. Gwigoon is a mischievous skirmisher, quickly getting in and out of combat. Your primary ability triggers close-range explosions. Use it to charge up your secondary ability faster and unleash your trusty minions. Gwigoon can split his goon squad with his evasive defense ability, ordering his minions to chase down enemies as a diversion. With his tertiary ability, Gwigoon can shoot a short-range projectile and teleport to it if needed. Your input following the projectile will determine if you teleport or not. Use it wisely to reposition or regroup your squad in a pinch. Okay, so the main attack ability is slow recharge. Never mind. Suddenly it's a lot faster. Okay. I can still double jump, which is good. Yeah, this is a very slow critter. Oh, here we go. After the birds for so long, it's going to take some getting used to this. So, okay. The minions are doing pretty good auto-attacking. Just kind of like taking care of stuff around me. Though they do tend to get a little distracted. I'm curious if the elemental ones will have any better options as far as range goes. I do like that the minions take some of the pressure off me, though. Yeah, the range on this kind of sucks. Don't know what I did to cause that, but okay. Well, they're trying. Oh! Enjoy all the minions, buddy. Yeah, the Minion Master seems cool, but I'm a little iffy on the actual effectiveness of all this. Could just be that it's not been maxed out like the birds are, though. It's not bad, though. But it definitely feels clunky. And he's definitely slower. I did get a plasma thing. So this is the mission where we can get plasma, I think. Unless that was just another random drop. Oh, yeah, the plasma was a random drop. It drops fire and plant. Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna make it to that one. But that might be, for AoEs, the best option. Alright. The puddle is still ground-bound, so it is awesome, but not so useful. True, but if we can just sort of handle some things, it'll help. Alright, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna switch back to the bird. We're gonna do the plant bird this time. It's a little lower level, but it has a built-in heal ability. Let's see if that can carry us. And this may be the last one, because I don't know if I can keep this up. technically a different plant one. So, the arenas get bigger. Actually, this is the same arena as the other place. It's just it's arena now instead of an area to explore. Alright. I really need to heal. I don't know if it's gonna be enough. There's a lot of these guys. Oh my gosh. No! Why? Screw it. I don't know that I could pull this off. Holy crap. The heal is strong, but I don't know if it's that strong. Oh! Wait, no boss? Holy crap. Yeah, picking the plant that can heal came in clutch. Very, very clutch. And our first Carabin that is anything, I think. Notably tenacious. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it early tonight. Between how I'm feeling and the fact that I'm going to have to go to work feeling this way. Because I don't think I'm going to be able to get out of it. I think we're going to call it early. We'll see where the schedule for next weekend goes. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all have a great week. Stay safe. Take care. And I will see you next time. And this has been Bistro and Voidland Bound.